right. Hello, hello, hello. Not sure who is here as of yet. We are just starting. It shows there is one viewer. Welcome. Glad you are here. As you know, we try to do this weekly. Just basically just getting some information out there, covering different topics. Want to answer questions. Again, the whole point of this is if we grow this every week, we have more and more people coming in. I really want to have some good interactions. Definitely want to have, just good dialogue, people asking questions, people communicating back and forth on different topics, different platforms, projects. And I like to usually cover the ones that I'm either watching or am personally in. So definitely things to cover there. So again, welcome. Glad, of course, you are here. And thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Very, very much appreciated, of course, as well. Because you can see here, well, don't worry, we're going to cover that. But as you can see here, we are definitely up to 112 subscribers. So thank you, everybody. We have gotten a nice little pump here recently. Very much appreciated. We have here, with Drip right now, the price stays on that $7 price. Very easy to do. It's just a small float, and we're going to cover that there. The price has been trying to stay stable, so we'll see how long that continues. But one of the things I like to kind of start with, as anybody may want to join in things, is just go over some of the macro stuff. I want to keep it short, 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe today's will be about 40, 45 minutes. I know last time went about an hour. That's usually the max I want to kind of do. But we'll see how long this goes, and, we'll go from there. BB is no longer with Drip. Yeah, BB's been gone for a while. So we got a comment here from Pulse Hopium. And BB's been gone for a long time. He pretty much left when the whole thing happened with the pause and all the stuff that was being delayed, and all of a sudden there was this pancake swap syrup V2, and it was going to throw everything out. All those were kind of a lot of just excuses, in my opinion, for what was going on. And BB was not in the picture. He's in the EU. He's somewhere in the European Union. He did join that Telegram group from that accountability chat a while back. I remember hearing that and him being on there. And he said himself, he's in the EU. He's out. I don't know. I don't think him and Forex are just not doing stuff anymore. And that's why we're having such a problem. That's why it's been 7 months. So I'll cover that stuff there. I don't know why BB left. I don't know him personally. I haven't had personal conversations. I just know that he is no longer part of the thing. Why do you think Forex is scrambling so much and having to hire all these devs and have a project manager? There is no BB. BB is, did his thing with Drip. I think he helped build the beginning of Animal Farm and launched that with the Mana Farm. But yeah, he's gone. So don't have an answer to why, but he just hasn't been around. Why do you think we've had those problems? I mean, I don't know BB very well, but if he had been around and building things and doing things, I think things would have been done differently. Him and, Forex had some kind of falling out. So don't know. But yeah, we will see. But again, I want to just cover just a couple quick minutes here. Definitely will cover Drip. Definitely talk about Animal Farm, answer any of your questions and any other stuff there. So not a problem. But tomorrow is a big day, and it matters for crypto because tomorrow is when the Fed at 2 p.m. makes their decisions on interest rates. Right now, it's built in. They think it's going to raise another 70.75%, another 75 basis points. There is also a possibility people are saying they think they may raise up to 100 basis points, which hasn't been done. I forgot how long, like how many decades since they raised 1 full percent. Probably back in the days of Paul Volcker in the 70s, probably something like that. But it's a big deal. And the big deal is what the Fed does and what the Fed says is going to have impact on traditional markets. And if traditional markets go down, that's also going to have impact on crypto because, traditional markets were down about 1% or so today, and they're really having a hard time moving up. The Dow Jones here, is coming down almost to this level where they think, I think it's going to be, there's a lot of talk, not from me, just from people who are very, very smart that I listen to. So I just basically share with you what I listen, what I hear, and what I read, that they feel is very possible if things get bad and if they raise high and if things go bad with the economy. I mean, we're in a recession. I don't care right now. I know this is a midterm, and they're saying this may lead the U.S. 2 quarters of declining GDP as a recession. That's just a definition, and that's where we are. So I don't care what they want to say for the politics and for the voters and upcoming election, blah, blah. We're in a recession. So based on that, if we have a really bad forward outlook or comments from the Fed and Jerome Powell and that kind of stuff, you're going to see stocks sell off. And if stocks sell off, you're going to see bonds go up. And if bonds go up, there's a very good chance you're going to see the U.S. dollar. Look how much the U.S. dollar is running again. It had sold off some here. And look at that huge candle. And now the U.S. dollar is what dictates. The higher the U.S. dollar goes, the lower crypto goes, and more Bitcoin sells off. They're opposite correlated right now, right? So as this keeps going and going and going and running, which it looks like it has no end in sight. I mean, this U.S. dollar is just running. it makes other currencies weaker and it makes other crypto sell off. And as you see here, people are already in anticipation. Bitcoin right now is under 19,000 again. Right now, based on this is, I'll go back to a second. I forgot the name. My fault. But anyway, this here is a different Lux Algo. I don't know why my brain was drawing a blank there. But this is a Lux Algo. And this just shows bands of where things look to be where you might want to take profits and sell, and zones where you may want to buy. And as you can see, this green zone is dropping now. It was up here, but as the recent trading, going on, this green zone is dipping down. This green zone, you don't want it to dip all the way back down here. If this green zone says where to buy big down here, that's looking at the $11,000, $12,000 range. If that happens, a lot of other things are going to sell off. So that's the problem. Things can sell off. Bitcoin can sell off. ETH, we know, has been pushing down. There's some talk with, you can find from a lot of other channels, but, that really go into the macro stuff, and that's all they cover. But the SEC trying some stuff with Ethereum and this whole proof of stake crap. And there's just a whole bunch of crap going on with all the politics and all the government officials, and everybody's jockeying for position, and everybody's trying to, basically show their feathers and trying to show who's the real alpha out there. And it's all just a big dance going on right now. So ETH here, you can see down 2%. Some stuff with Solana, BNB, which most of the stuff we're on is on a BNB smart chain. Most of the things that I'm in and most of the stuff people cover in. So, when BNB going down, that's also going to have an effect on that. Also, Matic is down to 75 cents, but I kind of felt Matic was going down. I will go into that. It covers with Stable Fund and with Optimus, Opt2, and all that kind of stuff. So that is there as well that I do want to cover. So again, just want to touch on this. Just want to touch some macro stuff, see what happens, and go from there. So one thing I want to start with first, and before we even go into all that drip and all those kind of things, number one, if you do like being here and like this information, do me a favor, give this a like, really appreciate it, and also love the comments. Chat, write anything you want. I would love to chat with you, love to read your comments, but definitely give this a like, and also love to have you subscribe to the channel. So please do so if you're here, and if you're watching this later afterwards, be very much appreciated, of course, because we are growing. And it's because I am just saying things and sharing things you're not getting from other places. Other places just want to mindlessly shill everything, no matter what. We already know that. And with all that shill, they don't give you any real information. It's just join under me, help me make money, help me join my team so I can get, your referrals, and, just everything looks great, and, keep on going. Nothing to see here. Like that meme with the dog sitting in the burning apartment, all the smoke, and we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything isn't always fine. And you just need to know that. And then you make your decision. You may not care. You may want to use that opportunity because you really love the project to double down. Good for you. If you may want to use it to move elsewhere, your decision. I'm not here to give financial advice. Not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Just here to share information. Had a great conversation if you weren't aware of it or didn't see my previous video on Drip over the weekend on Sunday with Ray in the DGen Telegram protocol chat. So I'm going to cover a little bit of that there too and go into some of those things, but lots of great info. So the reason why I'm starting here with OOZE is I just really feel that, and people probably aren't going to like this, and that's fine, but OOZE is on a non-stop downward trend. I said that before. It just never stops going down. It seems like it's just draining. But I click on OOZE stats here. You have the players haven't moved much. The TVL is all the way down to $1.28 million. It was like 1.7 million. Price here is 202 now. And if I could scroll out to the chart, that's just non-stop going down and draining. And I just personally, I think it's pretty much almost on its last leg. I kind of feel like it's on life support right now. The ventilators have been put in. They're on life support. They're basically telling the family to, make your final arrangements and, make your plans accordingly and say your goodbyes, because that's what I kind of feel like is happening. Can something else change? Of course something could change, but the future does not look good and does not look bright right now with OOZE. You can see right here, this candle coming down. If I zoom in there, they did switch their liquidity. Let's see here. They switched their liquidity over to Spooky Swap. So let's see if I can pull it up now here. There we go. But you could just see, look at these candles. They just keep selling off, selling off, selling off. And where's the buying? I see red. I see $7, $70, $20, $100. It just sells. It's just selling, selling, selling. It's just blood red in the streets. $25. That's not going to help this project. I had a lot of high hopes. Luckily, I have ROI'd in the project, because that's one thing I preach to everybody. Every project that you're in, do yourself a favor, not advice. You do yourself a favor. Make sure you pay yourself back. Make sure you ROI and get at least that money back out. And then whatever you still have there that you've compound or wherever you've grown it or whatever happened, play with the house's money. Okay, because right now in a bear market and things are going down, there's a lot of people doing a lot of different grabs right now in DeFi. Get your money. Okay, once you get your money, then do whatever the hell you want. And if you want to go crazy and really you go all out and compound only and keep your fingers crossed and maybe you can get a max wallet and make a ton, I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I want everybody to win, but go after that big win after you've paid yourself. And when I say pay yourself, a lot of people don't realize, oh, I've ROI'd. I put in $500 and now it's worth $1,000. No, ROI means physically selling, physically pulling the asset back out, whatever it be the native token of BNB or AVAX or whatever, or Matic, whether it be getting out the stable coin, physically putting it back in your wallet. So you have exactly the same amount you started with in your wallet, but you still have other money in the project. That is an actual ROI. Anything else is not an ROI. Let me see here what we have. Now, OOZE, I hope I'm saying that correctly. I hope I'm not saying it wrong, so I apologize if I am. I'm a fan of you because you speak openly, don't allow people to stop you from saying what you want. Getting banned for saying what you want grinds me. I hear that completely, OOZE. I understand completely. And I thank you. I really thank you. Because you know what? One thing I realized is I didn't know how this was going to be for me. I didn't know what journey I was going to be on in this. I didn't know what kind of channel. I didn't know what was going to happen for people subscribing or what kind of voice. But the bottom line is I will always speak openly. I will always speak freely. And all the haters and all the trolls and all the attacks and all the you're this and you're that, that's all said for them out of fear, out of being uneducated, out of, unfortunately, sometimes being in echo chambers where they're not getting the truth and they're only hearing one side of the story. And that's pretty dangerous. I mean, that's really, really dangerous, in my opinion, because whether people like it or not, whether Drip community, other communities, DeFi, I think there needs to be more people like myself who are going to question things. You need to bring up the other side of the argument. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. That's how people grow. That's how things happen. If you can't challenge something, if you can't bring questions, that's how you grow, right? You grow by doing that. If somebody goes to the gym and exercises, what do? They work their muscles to failure, to fatigue, and then they let them heal and rebuild, and you do it again. So I appreciate that. Yes, keep doing what I'm doing. Eventually people open their eyes and hopefully make better choices. I hope so too. I definitely do hope so. And again, thanks for all the comments. But, I don't know. But the bottom line is, Ray didn't like what I had to say. He's flexing his muscles. He had his little live stream about the UI being delayed again. Another Forex timeline that was not delivered. Shocker. But I said he's not the GOAT. He's not. He didn't build anything. BB built stuff. BB built the platform. Ray and his multi-level marketing and all the people he brought, the community he had, made a blueprint with all the YouTube videos and shilling. Ray's downline is like 14,000 when you go multiple layers down, his downline. Drip only has maybe 45,000 real players in it. I don't care what the wallets are. So a third of it was just from him. And then all his little children, his little copycats, just like people say Drip Forks. I'm going to start calling them right now Ray Forks. So all the other little shillers, all the little crypto kings and all the little ones and Driptopia and everybody else, they're just Ray Forks. I think that's a new term I want to call. So I would call it a Drip Fork. I'm going to call everybody a Ray Fork because that's the thing. So, and we'll see about the 18th. I don't know. You can't keep messing this up at this point. You've got to deliver. You have to deliver at some point. You cannot just keep messing this up. So basically, let me just kind of finish here with this. So with, and I definitely would get into that. So thank you. But yeah, with OOZE, I don't see a future in it right now. I kind of think it's on its last leg. It's draining. Same thing happened with Stake when that came out, the Stake protocol. They're down. They only had 1,000 people that joined under that. They only have maybe now like $150,000, from when they had a few million, 3, 4, 5 million. I think they got up to at their peak. So I just think these things they're done. They're just, not everything can last forever. And I think the only reason why Drip has lasted forever is because of Ray and all the Ray forks. That's the only reason why these things have gotten that far. And I said before, I don't like Ray. I don't like what he does. It's not someone that I, there's a lot of shady things that he does that I don't agree with, that I think he's hurting the protocol and hurting investors. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to make millions of Drip. Of course he is. He's gonna make millions off of all of your backs. He's taking all your money from all the compound and wallet dripping, but I still have to respect what he built. So my point of my video was I don't like him, but you still have to respect it. Like I don't like Tom Brady because of how many times he beat other teams and other things I didn't like, but you still have to respect him. So that's where I am in that space. And we definitely had ourselves a conversation for sure. But I also help people get free drip. So at least, he paid his bounty up or whatever. So he paid his bounty, he paid his $2,000. And I said, I don't want it to go to me. I said, put it basically to pay the people. So there's a whole thing there. There's a whole conversation. I have a previous video on drip that I kind of covered there. But that's what happened. So one thing that I do like right now, again, nothing's promised. There are no promises in this world. But one thing I do promise, especially in DeFi, is I like Furio. I really like Furio. I've been building a team. I don't know if you know that. I have information in the description. If you want to diversify into something else, again, not financial advice if you want to do it, but I'm doing something different. I'm going to keep preaching this because the other shillers aren't going to do this. The other Ray Forks are not going to continue doing these things anymore because they are in it for themselves. They won't do that. It's about greed. At the end of the day, they want to build a huge team wallet. They'll airdrop some people out, do some airdrops. But at the end of the day, it's all about how fast they can build their wallet off of somebody else's back. And if I show you the video and you join into me because you saw into me, I keep making more money. So that's why they keep pushing it out. But I'm doing something very, very different. So what I'm doing different is that this is a team wallet. So let me try to connect here for a second, see if I'm in the right one. I am in Team Neo. Great. Let's connect this here. And there's a lot of different mechanics that I like. Number one, Ray tried to share fake news on Sunday, which is where my conversation went with him back and forth in a DGen protocol. And I kind of tagged him and we had a long couple hours back and forth. It was interesting. But the point is the price is down to 548. Yes. But this is because this was known. This was coming. This wasn't a surprise. The price might have been a surprise, but this wasn't, it's wrecked. It's sold off. They implemented the LMS system, liquidity management system. They are paying and they implemented the Horde LMS algorithm or whatever it's called, however it works. That's what they did. So by doing that, they lowered the price. And they're going to keep the price now between $4.50 and $5.50. So between $4.50 and $5.50 is the range to keep the price of Furio going forward. That's the objective. Okay. And yes, it has a lot of different things here with this protocol. Now, this particular team here is closed, but I have a new team. So I'm going to show you this. Okay. I'm capping out teams at 30 people on the team. So the way it does is this. If you want to join Furio, okay, you can see here, this is all just from earnings and referrals. And we're compounding the crap out of this in about 8 days or so. Should be able to get to 2.5% on Furio. Furio has really good mechanics. Number one, this emission stops after 24 hours. If you don't compound or claim, it doesn't keep growing. In drip, you can sit there with your balance and just keep letting the 1% build and build and build and eventually claim it. No, you can't do that. You got to claim or you got to compound. That helps the taxes and ecosystem, and it helps it stop from emitting and people gaming the system. It has really great anti-whale mechanism taxes and protections. They have a great system where it's a dynamic income. So you start at 1.75%, but as you see here, in the first 28 days, if you claim once, you drop straight to 1. And then what it does is this looks at what you did of your 28-day pattern. So if you compound only, you go all the way up to 2.5% daily. As soon as you compound at least once, so you do a 6 compound 1 claim, let's say you do a 6-1 weekly, you stay at 175. If you go to 5.2, you're at 125. If you're positive 4.3, you're at 1%. Anything less is 0.5%. So even if you build a max up wallet and you're going to drain only, you're only going to get paid 0.5% a day to just slow that out. So you're not really, really killing the system for that max wallet. So there's a lot of great mechanics. They're also putting in, now tomorrow they're having their weekly show. It's supposed to talk about the LMS and some new things I want to share. So I will have a separate video on this tomorrow, specifically covering their weekly updates and breaking it down and kind of making it, smaller chunk and going into detail with that. But the great thing, again, of why, if you want to join this, if you want to have a separate wallet and do this team, and why I think the other shillers and the other Ray Forks are not going to do this, is because you are all going to equally earn in the team wallet. That is the different concept that I'm doing here that you're not seeing the other shillers doing. So what I mean is, you join under this wallet, you do whatever you want. Well, let me see, not this wallet, but this wallet here, like I said, the team, we did great here. We're maxed out of 30. It says 31, but I'll explain why in a minute, because you need a buddy. So I had the other wallet join this as a buddy. But basically now what we're doing is we just started, and there's definitely plenty of room if you want to join. Let me go down here to Team Morpheus, and this is my new wallet. This is the new team. I want to cap at 30, and there's a reason for it. I'm going to give you the method to the madness. So the method to the madness is you have to join with at least 50 fewer. It was 30 because the price was at $10 and $9. Now that's down to $5 range. 50 is about $260, $275. So it's a very small amount. So minimum 50 fewer to join in the team wallet. And what happens is you do whatever you want with yours. You compound claim, you run your wallet any way you want. I am going to build this other wallet and compound it roughly until about December 1st, maybe a little bit later since this one started a little later. So I'll make sure the math equals the same, maybe to the 15th of December or whatever. But then I'm going to do a 6-1, 6 days compound, 1 day claim, 6 day compound, 1 day claim. So I'm going to claim once a week. It's going to sit in the wallet, and every 4 weeks is going to be distributed evenly to everyone in the team. Those are your rewards. So as the team wallet keeps building, this is going to build off your own compound, your own DCA, your own builds, whatever happens there. The team wallet is going to be jointly owned and not really jointly owned, but jointly all the rewards are always going to be distributed equally by everybody on the team. Okay, so everybody who qualified, if you bought in with less than 50, or if you don't make up to 50, you'll get airdrops, but you will not get that. Now, the reason for 30 is because if you join for 30, once you hit 30, you become a fast team. So Furio has this thing called a fast team. And when you're on the fast team, they actually give you from them rewards. They give you airdrops. So because we built that first team up so fast, we did it in, I don't know, maybe a week or so, maybe 10 days. We got that 30 people, which I thought was great. We just got once a month. We just received actually yesterday. Yes, I forget what day of the week it is. Yesterday, we got our airdrop. So what it did was I distributed 75% of the rewards to the team members. Everybody got about like 1 Furio each, roughly, was like 0.8 or whatever. And then the other rest we put into the team wallet to compound. So again, the point is I have calculators to show all of this, but as this grows, this team wallet can really grow and expand and get rewards and get all those kind of things, then you can also benefit. You can get free airdrops from Team Furio when we reach 30. That's the whole point. Right now they're having a contest to the end of the month, the team that can add the most members. So if this team can join, we can make 30. I think we can really be part of that contest and maybe even get one of the some of the prizes that can go to everybody else there. And again, I want everybody at ROI. So I've done the math. I'll show the calculators. But if this thing does really well and it stays within its 4.5, 5.5 price range, 6-7 months down the road, this wallet is now earning a huge amount. You could be getting, hundreds of dollars a month just from this team wallet for joining. And that's just the beginning. So my long-term vision is doing that with Furio as the pilot program, the jumping off point, right? This is the stepping stone. But from there, do we create a second wallet? Do we do the bonus claim into the fur pool to There we go. I think I lost signal there for a second. Sorry about that. I must be not mean the best part here. Happened to me once last week too. I'll get into that one second. But with that, we're building up the team. You can get hundreds of dollars, and then if we get a really big wallet, we could take that and basically have our own like little mini hedge fund, our own like little mini team community where we're like, okay, and we're going to start expanding to other projects. And that wallet's going to keep growing into all these other projects. And then that whole team will always be part of the earnings of that. So we can grow this massively. I see lots of other opportunities, lots of other projects, lots of other things that a year from now, that wallet can grow and take some of that money and basically, instead of paying out the whole 4 weeks, maybe taking 1 week's of income and dumping it to a new project, start building, and then we're all part of, and we build that up again. So the point is, I really see a lot of great things, and I want everybody to win. I want us all to win, all to share, all of us to get into that big growth where it's not just me building a huge wallet and I'm being, it's benefiting only me, and I'm here living this life, and I grow in these big max wallets and doing these great things, but let's all together. So I want to have more than one team. I already have one team of 30 right now on this one. I think we have 7. So we just started this here. Let me see when this loads here. I think we have 7. So once we hit 30, I'm closing it out. But we can get a couple of teams there. And the reason I say 30 is 30 gives you the status. You have to 7. 30 makes you get the fast team, so you can start earning the rewards for the team. You could earn the free airdrops that Furio gives each month. But it means a bigger percentage. If you have 50 in a team, then the percentage in the future is going to be less. So I want each person to get a little bit more of a payout every 4 weeks from this, and build these kind of things up. And I think this would be an awesome thing to change things in DeFi, to change how things are done, to get some of the greed out from all these shillers that are only out for themselves. And I would love to have another group of 30 and have 60 people that we could all grow and flourish in the future of DeFi together. And I think we could do amazing, huge things. So I would love to have you there. I really think you could do that there. So I don't know who Crypto Talk is. Oh, you mean Thomas G? Man, that dude's paid off by Forex to say that kind of stuff because he's a Forex OG. I don't even want to discuss Thomas G and his crap. Okay, he came into my group Telegram. We've had some talks before. He said he respects me and different stuff, and I got all that. But where's his objective? He's got ridiculously huge, massive wallets in Drip. Huge, massive wallets. He's talking about all the different things. What's the motivation? The motivation is they're all afraid of Drip. Does that minted 2 million tokens? So we'll cover that. But Thomas G doesn't even know half of what he talks about or really has that information. So I don't put anything into whatever he has to say, basically. So he said it's a scam, but what's Drip? Drip has no revenue, no nothing. So again, anyway, so yes, to cover here, Ray, when the LMS was implemented and went in, he said that, oh my God, look, Furio wreck, look at the price. And he of course zoomed in. It's so easy here, right? You see that bar, but of course, if I do this, how bad does that candle look? So when that candle came in and you zoom in, you can make like, oh my God, look, Furio wrecked. They went off the board. Yes, it did go down, but they put the money in liquidity, and they just today moved 15,000 more Furio into the LMS system instead of burning the tokens to really shore that up and solidify that. The whole point is if this can do like Horde, so let's look at the Horde real quick. Okay, let's go to Horde. Okay, I don't know how many of you are in there or know Horde, but let's just zoom out and let's see the price here. Okay, and how's that price chart of Horde look? Flat. It goes as low as 95, 98. It goes as high as maybe 104, 105, 103. And look at this. The price just stays stable. They pay their 1% a day on their plots. They're like one of those node kind of things where you get 1% a day up to a maximum of 3%. If you do you have to buy 10 Horde tokens. So it's about $1,000 for that one. And they have smaller levels and have NFTs and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things they have. But basically he said, oh, I got wrecked. No, it's not that it got wrecked. It's they implemented that they said it was coming, but he used it in the echo chamber of the Drip chat to get all the hornets net built up and all the brainless, mindless zombies all excited because they're like, oh, it's Drip. We all got to get Drip. Well, Drip is, let's see. I don't know about you, but if I do the same thing and we go out, I kind of say that chart is looking pretty bad, being down 97% off the all-time high, and it can't get off the mat. It can't get off the mat, can't grow, isn't going to for a long time because it's just minting too many tokens. I just think there's too much going on right now with Drip. That's just people are saying all-time high, this and that. I don't think that's going to happen. So, hey, shout out. Thanks, man. OX Hamid, love what you're doing here. I might have to add a wallet. Team Morpheus, love to have you. Come on, join in, because the bottom line is I am very happy about Furio. I'm very pumped about Furio. I want to see the future with it, and I really can see that we can build with that. Amazing, amazing team, amazing wallet. Everybody can win. Everybody can flourish, do multiple wallets, and then from there just keep growing in DeFi. I mean, I think it's awesome that basically the Furio team actually said in their last weekly one that they're going to start doing contests, giving you tokens of other DeFi projects, because they said that's what DeFi is all about, for us to help promote each other's project. They get exposure to their investors. The other investors get exposure to Drip. It's a win-win, great collaboration. It's okay to be friends, and people aren't invested in only one project. There's nothing wrong with being in multiple projects. There's nothing wrong with being in other things and being diversified. You don't have to be only in one project from one person or be locked up in the hostage farm, which we're going to go into later with some of the taxes and new things. It's okay. It really is okay. So get out of the echo chamber, get out of this brainless, mindless zombie show stuff, and realize there's many opportunities out there. Many opportunities. You don't have to fall in love with one. I think it was so cool that they even said that coming out. So it's really cool. So let me see. Oh, and one of the best projects right now. Yeah, absolutely. I really do believe Furio is right now one of the best projects. They've done a lot with the tokenomics. They said that October 1st, they're going to be launching Furbet. The first thing they're going to do is a casino, with the casino, what's going to happen is they're going to launch that first. They said the whole thing is built ground up. Now, listen, Furio is not a fork. So if those mindless idiots say it's a fork, they're idiots. And I don't care. They're idiots. It's not a fork. It's all the tokenomics are way better than the outdated and basically flawed tokenomics of some of the other projects. They have the casino. When that casino comes out, they're going to be launching a separate token. They expect, hopefully by between Halloween and the end of the year and those final 2 months, to launch the sport book. And 25% of all the income from the casino and the sports book is going to go directly back to Furio. So lots and lots of great things there. And I really, really want to grow this here. And I'm really excited to have this here. So I think there's going to be great things. I think this could be a great, great jumping point. And then really, like I said, diversify and mix into other things. So, if let me see, where are we going to go here? So if we want to have something here and go into here. So again, I don't know how long this will last, but we'll get that 30 there. But Drip did it. Pop the champagne, pop the confetti, and it is now at 2 million tokens. 2,005,054 tokens is what Drip has as of now, as we speak. So again, you got to realize why they're saying the things they're saying. They're really, it can't even cover all the claims. It's a constant barrage of people trying to claim, trying to get out, trying to do certain things. Now the price here on the fountain, this is very easy to keep within 7 or manipulate because there's not much liquidity there. It's maybe $10,000, $12,000, easy to keep that there. The true price, in my opinion, is what you see on PancakeSwap, because this has $8.5 million liquidity. So $8.5 million liquidity, you can see here the price, it can't even get back up. And there's been a whole lot of those basically Ray forks saying last time to buy Drip under $10, Drip to 100. This is going to 1,000. Those are the people you want to follow that have no fundamentals, nothing to back up their claims, and all they want to do is give you all the hype and hopium. So that what? So you can join under their team and they can make more referrals off of you and say, hey, thanks for feeding my wallet and good luck to you. Yeah, that's basically you want to listen to, those clowns. Those guys are clowns. If they were to actually show and dig into the stats and show their things, hey, this is going good. Hey, you know what? We had a bad week. Let me show you what happened, why this is a bad week. Okay, now this is this. But now, no, it's those, oh my God, Drip to the moon is going to 100. Yeah, when's that going to happen? I don't even see mathematically how it gets. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it hitting its all-time high. I don't see it doing that. If it took 3 to maybe 4 months, I think it was about 3 months to double its supply to 2 million, that means we should be at 3 million by the end of the year. So will Drip be at 3 million tokens by the end of the year? Let me know with your question. Leave me a comment. Maybe leave something here. Maybe give you a yes or no if millions by the end of the year. And definitely give this a like as you're doing that and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It is very, very possible. All right, keep getting some little interruptions there, so it might be the weather. So let's just do a little covering here. Let's go to those Dune stats. Even before that, let's just go over here. So look at the Drip. This is a great thing somebody put together here. I'm going to refresh this. Look, 77,000 claims to 55,000 deposits. Sorry. Almost every single day, there's more people claiming than putting money into the system. That's why it keeps minting, and the more it mints, the more it dilutes. If you think that's not the case, look in your economy. If you're in the U.S. and you saw how much the Fed printed money and look how much inflation has hurt everything, right? It devalues your dollar. Your dollar has less purchasing power. Same thing here. Less purchasing power. It's going to keep getting less. Now, there's some very interesting stuff that I show every week, and let's look at this one here, okay? So you see that. There's a new wallets created. So you can see how different new wallets are created. There's definitely new wallets. A lot of the different whales keep creating new wallets and that kind of stuff. And there are some new people coming in, I'm sure. You can see that peak that happened back there. But this is always the interesting one that I love. These are the ones I love here. This is player total deposits by range. So you can see there's a lot of people in a lot of different ranges. There's a lot here in the beginning. A lot of people who, I personally feel for. I really, really do. I don't want to see anybody ever lose money, especially not in DeFi, especially in crypto, because it doesn't help the longevity. It's still the wild, wild west. The more people get hurt, the more people that get wrecked, it only is a bigger negative and a bigger bullseye on this from regulators and other people leaving the space and money in the space. So I don't want to see that for anybody. Why would I want to see somebody lose money in real life? I mean, that's horrible. So I don't want to see anybody lose money, but I try to show people stuff of what's going on because I want you to ROI, pay yourself. If you get your initial money back out, then yes, keep growing and do whatever you want, any project, but get your money out. At least pay yourself. I mean, why would you work for free, right? Nobody should work for free. So always pay yourself. Whatever your compound claim strategy is, pay yourself. But look how many wallets there are down here, right? A lot of big wallets, a lot of wallets that are almost here. You know, max wallet is about 27,000. All you can do is claim. You can't compound anymore. So a lot of wallets down here and these numbers, 86. So let's see. Let's look from just basically right about almost max. 7, 24. I'm adding together 24, 104, 110. 110, 120, 124, 129, 130, 132, 133, 136, 138, 137 wallets in drip that are max wallets that are going to be paying. So what's 1%, right? I mean, do the math. Let's just see. You got 30. Let's just say, let's use 30,000 for example. You got 30,000 drip times 1% a day of drip is 300 drip times $7. So that's $22,100. So $2,100 a day of max wallets times 137 is $287,700. So max wallets, basically, unless they put it back in or taking it out or paying themselves or whatever combination, is almost $300,000 a day. So where are all those claims? Where's all the new money coming in? And how do I say that's a big problem? Why is that an issue? Why is drip minted to double the supply and probably be 3 million by the end of the year? And you can come back and let's play this and see that projection. Because when you scroll down, look at the wallets that are claiming. Players claim by deposit range. In the last 7 days, minus airdrops, would have been the biggest claims to their wallets to either sell or whatever they're doing in drip. Look, it's all the bigger wallets. All these little tiny wallets have little claims. And all these bigger wallets, when you get into the thousands, are doing all the claiming. Okay, so that is one of the dangers and why I say it's having issues and they've got to have some kind of utility. Forex thinks this scratchy is going to be a big deal. I mean, lottery does bring players. Obviously, you know, Furio is doing a casino and a sports book, so we'll have income. But I think he's really, and somebody asked me about the other taxes. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And also, you had said, yeah, hope you don't think the forum is going to open on the 18th. You think it's a pipe dream. I hear you. I don't know if it is or isn't. I think he has to stick to that number. So I'm going to go into annual forum stuff now too. But we'll see. I mean, he has to deliver. He can't keep messing up. He's already messed up the UI. He hasn't have the developers. He's got to get better than those guys off of Fiverr. You know, the Fiverr guys aren't paying off. So, you know, maybe, you know, step up a little bit there, some of the quality. Obviously, I'm making a joke, but I mean, that's what it seems like almost. But it's just really bad. So when we come over here, let's see how much. Now look at this. I'm going to refresh. So it's right up to date. Look at that. 1,063,120 drip sitting in wallets. There's over 1 million drip sitting in wallets, more than the initial starting supply, just sitting in wallets waiting to be sold. 42 million in faucet. Where's all this money going to come from to pay these eventual people? They're going to eventually want to get paid. Right now, they're convincing them to compound. You know, the Ray Forks and Ray are all considering, you know, convincing people to keep buying low about DCA, and you're going to become the next millionaire, and all that kind of stuff. But 42 million in faucets, $7 price. You do the math. 1 million sitting in drip that could dump at any time. 1 million drip. Now we know they're not going to sell it. So 1 million drip at $7. This is a little over $7 million. The supply right now we just saw was 8.5 million in Pancake Swap, and there's not much more floating out there. So what would that mean? Just do math. It's just math. But let's go over here and let's refresh this. And the same thing. I'm going to scroll down here. We have some little candles of buys. You can see that there. So that was definitely going on. Who sold breakdown. Again, you can see who's selling in the bigger wallets, you know, the different sales that are going on here. And the size of sale, 1,000, 1,000, 700, so you get some sales there. And then the liquidity in the vault. Let me see how that's gone today. Let's take a peek. Oh, it went up a little bit. Okay, that's a positive. 5,823 is 5,000 drip in the vault. That's it. Okay, I just showed you 287,000 total dollars. There's 5,000 drip in the vault. 5,000, let's say 6,000 drip times 7, $43,000. Yeah, that's like a 5-to-1 negative ratio, maybe more. I'm trying to do it fast. Bottom line is, there's not much in there. Now, it was only 848 2 days ago. So obviously some buying came in, 6,700, but it just keeps minting. It can't keep up. It just can't. There's not enough supply. They need some other revenue source because this is just new money coming in, paying the old money. New money coming in, paying. There's nothing else there. There's no revenue. Now, they're trying to build revenue. But again, until I see something, words from Forex to me are nothing but words. They're all garbage. They're all trash. They're garbage. They're trash. He's spoken so many words over the entire 2022 has been basically Forex has done zero. He's delivered nothing in 2022. He delivered the Animal Farm, where he didn't give the people the 20% from Rev bonus. He basically had piggy bank exploited and messed up the distribution and blamed it on some dev because BB wasn't around. Why? BB's like, I'm out, peace. And he didn't have BB. So guess what happened? He listened to somebody else and he made an excuse. You're supposed to be the CEO. You're the one in charge. It's your decision. You fall on the knife. You take the blame. You take the responsibility. Stop blaming other people. It's your fault. You messed it up. You let people do that exploit. You're the one who paused it and basically locked up people's money for 7 months. The entire 2022 has shown in the Forex a big thumbs down. Crap, garbage, trash. 2021, Drip was doing great, made a ton of people money, was flourishing. Forex was living on cloud nine. He was the top of everything, all the conversations. 2022 has been the exact opposite. He's basically been down in the gutter, in the trash. That's it. I don't care what he says. You watch this. Go report back to Ray. Report back for Forex. Go troll me. I do not care. Your opinion does not matter because I know what I'm talking about is actual truth. He's done nothing. He didn't even build the damn thing. He forked it from Bankroll Flow. He stole it from Bank Teller, made some other adjustments. BB built the damn thing, and he's just the mouthpiece. He's done nothing. That's why I say he's not built. He's not. So we're going to come down here. Looks like there now. Let's look at here. Let me see what I got. Let's look at the Dune stats. And we don't know how long this is going to last. There's no promises. No promises. But it has a bright future. They do a weekly show for Furio. They show their faces. They're doxed. They're giving back. They're doing things. So I have positives for this. But there's 309,000 of taxes in the vault. Better than 6,000 right now. Yes, Drip is still paying 1% a day. Yes, blah, blah, blah. For all the trolls, I get it. I don't need you to talk that. So. Oh, it's funny. I know I probably shouldn't, but hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a slap on the wrist for showing this here, but it's kind of funny. It just repeats itself. And so you can read it yourself. I won't read it out loud. So it doesn't come up with anything there, but it's kind of funny. And thank you, Angel. I am talking the truth and I am talking my piece because it's actual. And the thing is, nobody else says these things. Nobody else wants to talk about these things. Everybody else is afraid. I don't understand what for. Like, what's the fear? I don't get it. The point is, and this is one of the things that I think is about this. You have a monopoly. You believe it's going to last forever. History has always shown that monopolies do not last forever. But when you're in it and you own it, you show us how things stuff. Where's Kodak? They don't exist anymore. I'm going back old companies. I'm trying to think of other things. When the CDs were around, they thought they were the biggest thing ever, or cassette tapes, and now we're streaming, or any other companies. How many companies in the S&P 500 who are the top of the game that are gone? Are not even in the Dow Jones anymore. They were ridiculously top companies and they're just gone. So also when you're in a monopoly, you feel you're smarter than everybody else out there. And you feel that, and the only way to keep your monopoly, when you have it, is you have to use force. That sounds familiar. Banning people in chats, using force with these new crazy taxes in the Animal Farm, basically, all the force of making up fake news and saying the wrong things to the echo chamber, trolling people, getting your little army to go attack other people, say anything differently. That doesn't faze me. It doesn't affect me anymore. That doesn't bother me. Like I said before, I feel like I'm cut from a different cloth. And I'm someone that they just basically, I need to be in this space. And I think there's someone they haven't accounted for. Maybe they haven't come across someone like that who's going to keep going at it. Because I'm not stopping. I'm not going away. And you fix it and you make things great and you show that things are sustainable, I will happily change my tune and say that I support Forex, I support Ray. I would happily go everything, change my tune, say I'm sorry, I was wrong on that stuff. But there's too many things, too many draining, accounts draining, taxes from the drip garden that are moving tons of money into the same wallets and minted free pigs. I mean, they're looking at this as their own piggy bank. So I know that's not going to happen. That's why I'm not worried about it, but that's just a thing. Oh yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. If James Pelton, Forex ran away from James Pelton, you're the GOAT and you run away. What do you do? Put his tail between his legs and run away? Basically, Forex put his tail between his legs and ran away because he couldn't handle questions. He can't handle the curious questions from the people who only go, "Oh my God, you're the best. I love you. Oh my God." No, he needs people who can give him real stuff, real questions. And I even said, joking around, I would talk to him because he would never talk to me. Because I'm going to ask him a question. I want real answers. I'm going to come with receipts. Get ready for this greatest marketing push ever. Let's see receipts. Let's see what you paid. Let's see what you've done. Let's see where it was spent. And let's see what happens. Actions. Enough with the words. Your words right now basically carry not even worth anything. Nothing. His words have nothing. So show action, show receipts, and then we'll start believing in you. So, but that's no problem. But again, got money in the tax vault here, a lot of different things. And one thing still I like is that it's early. It's still very early. A lot of wallets that are very, very early on and not many bigger wallets. So I like that. Okay, there's a lot of great things going on there with that. Still very early, and they have stuff that's going to be generating revenue. So let's talk here for a second about the hostage farm. So let me see if I can pull up over here. Someone's asking me about that. Let's see if I have it still or if I covered it. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull it over here. But basically, Forex shared something earlier today or sometime, and he said adding liquidity. So this is from Forex directly. I don't know which chat he put this in. It probably was in the Animal Farm chat or maybe the Drip chat. I don't know. I'm not in either of any of those anymore. I think you know why. I think I got kicked out and booted a long time ago. And also join my Telegram group. I would love for you to join my Telegram group. Join in there if you're not there. Join the chat. The link's in the description. I'd love to chat with you. People are open freely. We talk freely. We share. You see, it's a great room. It's a great environment. People love it in there. People sometimes are going, "Oh, I was worried to say that. I thought I would get kicked out." They're so shell-shocked. They're so on eggshells. They're afraid to even say things sometimes. They think they're going to get banned or someone's going to go after them talking bad about a project because they can't talk like that anywhere else. So as long as you're not attacking myself or anybody in the group or being totally just you know what I mean, unless you're being one of those types of people who is just basically just horrible, just bottom of the barrel type of person, you can talk freely and we can debate and go and do things all we want. At the end of the day, we move on. Love to have you there. But one thing he said is, he said adding liquidity has zero tax. I'm reading this verbatim, so I'm trying to decipher Forex's not so straightforward English. Adding liquidity has zero tax. Removing liquidity has a 6% tax. 3% is burned, 3% pays out to the dog pound and the pig pen. Now, of course, he wants money to pay the pig pen because that's where he's getting his money. He put 31,200 pigs in the pig pen. And if you look at BUSD rewards, only 42,000 BUSD there left. You can see it right here in front of you. Okay, 42,000 BUSD. He's draining BUSD from the pig pen. That's how he's getting money because he minted those free pigs for himself. He needs money to keep going into these things. And all on top of it, it's also earning more pigs. So he's earning pigs that grows his 31,000 to keep earning BUSD. And he's just doing his little cycle loop there, just draining from the system like he is from a lot of other contracts. But now he added in another tax. We don't just have 90% tax on dogs. Now he said adding liquidity is zero tax. Adding liquidity making LP pairs. So let's say you claim only dogs and you add fresh BUSD or BNB to it. Is that considered added liquidity? And it says removing liquidity has a 6% tax. Well, does he mean removing it out of the farm because you want to split it? Or does he mean once you split it? So if you split the LPs now in the future, he's going to take a 6% tax just for splitting them? He said before there was no other tax except for selling the dogs. His words were dogs at 90% tax, you earn a token loyalty score, and you earn a wallet loyalty score. Wallet loyalty score maxes at 30%, 2% a month. So it's 15 months to get to that. We'll see what's even left in this thing in 15 months. And then you have your token loyalty score, which is 0.75% a day, but only if it's in the single staking pool. If it's not a single staking pool, you do not reduce your dog tax. It does not reduce anywhere but the single stake, where basically it's there used. So that's by a single stake. So say you're going to earn BNB. Yeah, what are you going to earn? You see how little bit of percentage the pig pen earns. And you're only earning from other people who said, I'm done with this crap, I want out. So you're only going to earn when people sell dogs. If you don't, nobody sells dogs, or when they finally do, that's the only way you're going to earn any income, by just sitting those single stake dogs sitting there. That's it. Nobody sells or very little sell. You get no money for that just sitting there. So he's trying to lock up all the liquidity he can from V1, forcing everyone basically to lock up and make no money. And the only way you can make money is by bringing in new money. And oh, by the way, 90% tax here, 6% tax there, this tax there. I mean, what is this, the U.S. government? I mean, damn, I'd rather deal with the IRS than deal with any Forex farm. You kill me? Who the hell wants to come in with new money? Oh, great. Let's bring in our ETH and our Link and our Bitcoin, BTCB, and let's bring in our Cake, and let's bring in BUSD and BNB. Let's bring in all these different tokens, and then let's put them in the farm to earn dogs. Well, the dogs you earn have a 90% tax if you try to sell them. A farm that reward 90% tax. Oh, but they're just put in a single stake pool. There are no income unless somebody sells them. So you're going to earn a token that has no income. Or you earn that token, you earn that coin, you pair it with more fresh BUSD or BNB, you put it into farm pigs, and then if you try to break up the LP, oh, it's another 6% tax. I mean, it's tax after tax after tax. All he's trying to do is find, how can I constantly, if you've in school, in high school, or whenever time you're done, and most people read this in high school, or some read it in middle school, the book, The Animal Farm. I think I did it in middle school. I don't even know. The Animal Farm book, George Orwell, pretty sure. The whole thing is laid out. I was saying this a long time ago. Forex is basically Napoleon the pig from the Animal Farm book, where he pretended to be a revolution to help people rise up against the humans, that they were going to do all the stuff for them and all joint ownership. At the end, he turned on all the animals and he became no differently distinguishable than the humans he was trying to protect against. He has basically made his whole fake game, his whole false thing he did to every single person he did. He basically, sorry if I'm breaking up. I know the internet might not be the best, so I apologize. Right now in this section, I'm going to have to find a different spot, and the weather's not the best over me. But it's following the book to a T. He's following where he's pretending to look out for the people, pretending to animals. Then they had the dogs that now have 90% tax and going to bite your ass. Basically, now they are the watchdogs that only protected him and a select few. He turned on all the rest of the animals. He took everything away from them. He took all the stuff away from them. He made the living conditions worse under him than they had under the humans in the book. At the end, he made deals with the humans, and he basically ran the whole damn thing into the ground, and it was all about him and all about the small select few. Doesn't all of that sound familiar? Isn't all that following to a T the script? That's what he's doing. He's going to keep draining, keep saying, well, you want your money? Too bad. Leave it locked in for a long time that I can do whatever the hell I want with it, when I could rehypothecate it on the back end and earn off of it and get interest off of it, off of your money that I have locked up that you can't touch, but I'm getting paid in the back end, because that money that I'm getting paid goes into the BUSD reward, into my own piggy bank, into my own money, into my own people that I'm taking care of, but screw you. And then, oh yeah, add more money so I can keep taxing you. You really think somebody's going to come in with $5, $10, $50, $100,000 in farm dogs and put those coins there to earn something at 90% tax? And then they're going to do what? They're going to take that money and they're going to farm pigs. And they're going to put them in the pig pen with a 50-day lockup period to get your own money back if the pig starts dropping. Oh, too bad. You get 2% a day. But hey, you're getting, that 30, a little bit of BUSD reward. No, it's not going to happen. The big real money is not going to come in. So I'm just trying to get people to wake up and see that if you have money in there, I have money in there. I'm going to play Drip and Animal Farm the best I can to get as much as I can from what I initially have in there. And that's just the end of the game. That's just a story. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm going to get off of this now. I want to cover just a couple other things. We can move on. I don't know if any of you in any of these. I was in Avion. Avion had a big thing. They had to lock everything up, and they sold to MDB. So make DeFi better. MDB is what they sold to here. So luckily, again, as I tell people, I was 95, 96, 94. I forgot exact percent ROI before that happened. So it's only a few dollars away. And then they're selling the liquidities, like $70,000 left, and MDB is taking it over. So you're getting a conversion. So many of your Avion tokens give you MDB tokens. I like MDB. I think they have a good future here. They have some cool new things that they're doing. So I like it there. They have here their token. They have this new Infinity token now that's supposed to fluctuate a lot more. You can see that there. MDB Plus, which is a pretty cool thing of theirs. And it builds on an APY. You can see the APY since launch in the last 7 days. They have their Phoenix. There's a lot of different things into the mechanics. They have their farming there where you can farm MDB and BNB. So I am in that. I was already in it anyway, but then I basically now I'm getting more tokens from my Avion to go into there. So again, I broke, guess what? With the new tokens that I'm getting from MDB and what I claimed on my own ROI, because I didn't sit there and just try to compound only. A lot of people chase the big rewards, and I was like, just nope, I'm going to sell, I'm going to compound and claim. I'm going to do what I'm going to keep doing. My plan was each week, and I'm about 106% ROI. So at the end of the day, I wasted the time on that, but I didn't lose anything. And now I have money in MDB that I want to be in anyway, but I didn't lose any money. So that's why it's important to ROI. So to cover that there. Now, stable fund is another thing there that I have. I started, like I said, I didn't, I'm so unsure about what's going to happen with this or not do with this. So what I did was I said, okay, I'm going to put in $500, which is $557 at the time, Matic. I've taken the earnings for each week and I put them back in. So this is 1 week, this is another week. So I'm earning, I don't know, 10, 11 Matic. Again, this is just $500 to see what happens. But, right now with Matic dropping, people are worried about it. Now, long term, I'm very, very bullish on Matic long term. There will be probably some more downward pressure on it, especially depending on what the Fed does tomorrow. And if the DXY keeps going up and if some cryptos keep selling off and people keep selling risk assets for other things they need, or if the CPI numbers, inflation keeps coming up high, there's a lot of probabilities, a lot of things, to think about there. But I'm happy long-term on Matic as a whole, just a coin. So I have a strategy here with this. My whole goal here is now I'm going to look to ROI my 500 back in. When I get my 500 back to my wallet, I'm going to let the rest of this keep growing, and I'm going to basically take half of my weekly earnings, put it back in, half to my wallet, and just keep compounding half, getting paid the next amount. And that's my strategy there for that. And then OPT2 is another one. Let me see if I can switch. Well, I could do it over here. OPT2 is also one. They're having a vote or something, in my understanding. They're trying to decide if they want to get off of Matic and go to like a BUSD or a stable coin. USDT Tether for a stable coin. Maybe reduce some of the volatility in the token price. Now, these both are done with trading bots. So you can see the price here. It definitely did sell off here when Matic, everything, the market sold off, but it's come back up. So the trading bot is trying to keep a range and keep a price. Right now, it's right about that $1 mark. I got in about 60 cents or so. It did hit a high about 120 or 130 or something like that. Here we go, 130, 140, somewhere in this range. It wicked up that high, but it hit about 130. And I did sell. I've taken about 30% of my initial off the table. Same thing, just a few $100s. I think about 500 each to try these. I want to see what all these trading bots and all these AI bots are about. Stable Fund says they have a trading bot and they have different things they're trading: US dollar to oil, US dollar to gold, and some other things. And that's how they're saying they're generating. It could pay 1.5% return. They do offer options also in BUSD or BNB. So if you want to put it in with a stable coin or BNB, you can do that where you won't have the fluctuation of the price and they'll pay the 1.5% back. I don't know. So many people have so many things back and forth. James Pelton did have an AMA with them. And with that AMA, he did have it ask them some hard questions. There's supposed to be some big crypto conference in Dubai coming up in November. And they said they're going to show their trading bots or show some of the way some of the things run. Probably not going to show the behind the scenes nitty gritty, but show it in action and display it. So that's what they said coming up in November. And OP2 also has a lot of from DeFi dude, with the different trading bots there. This one pays you 1% a day from the trading bots, but they also burn tokens. So they try to keep it that one deflationary when they pay, and then also burn. And the trading bot does trade its own OP2 as well as 2 other Matic pairs. So what they're trying to say is maybe have this switch to only trade for a stable coin, where it will do that instead, and it'll just be the people buying and selling with the stable coin backing it as the other side of the pair, for the trading bot to make money off of and not have this much volatility, but then still trade the other 2 bots of the 3, I guess some other Matic pairs or whatever, from my understanding. So they're supposed to have some kind of AMA coming up or something about that in the future. We'll see. Same thing is, all I'm going to do is ROI. And if I ROI, then I'm going to be much more heavier for the compounding once that gets there. I just don't like to put my initial at risk. I want to get my initial out. I don't want to do it right away and hurt my investment, but I want to do it within a reasonable amount of time to get my ROI back out and do that. So that's my pretty much stuff there. You can see the PIGS token had a big run up. I already sold right here. I watched this run up and when it flatlined. So I've actually ROI'd in the piggy bank. And luckily for me, I did. Many people may or may not have, but I have ROI'd. I did ROI in the piggy bank. So I'm very grateful that I was able to do that. And what I was doing was each time I claim, I was splitting the LP pairs. I was holding the pigs, putting the BUSD in my wallet. So I let it run through here. And when I got to this flat line, I sold whatever pigs I've accumulated, and I am now ROI positive. So now everything from here is just pure profit. So that's going to help me for the ecosystem. It's going to help me with the other animal farm and drip and all those kind of things to completely ROI. That's the goal. That's the name of the game there. So I hope all of you here have found that useful. Yes, the analyst, the interview with Pelton was going to be epic. Forex did run away like a chicken. He's not a goat. He didn't do that. I hope this gets shared in all those people in the animal farm and drip chats, and they all can get all excited and all worked up and all their feathers fluffed and blah, 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 whatever proper academic term matches there, but he's not. And this stuff did get built the way I said, and all the other, little ray forks are going to keep shilling that kind of stuff, but it's okay. People are going to have the choice to do what they want. I don't think this is going away tomorrow. I don't think it's going away anytime soon, but I think there's better options out there. Isn't there? I personally think there are better options to put your money in than something basically where either it's minted double the starting supply, which is supposed to be deflationary. Look at the white paper. Drip says it's deflationary, but yet it's inflated 100%. Or a hostage farm where all your money's locked up at 1,001 taxes, then all that does is pay fees into Forex and some of the DAO members. It's his personal holding. So I don't personally want to be in those things long term, but I'm going to stay in it with what I got and work it the best I can and make as much as I can off of that's in there already. But but that's my personal plan of what I'm going to do there. So yeah, I hear you, Teddy, man. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. Basically, let's fund other DeFi projects with our drip bag. I've taken from drip and my piggy bank, and when I was selling drip. This was a little while ago, and I was selling my animal farm tokens, my AFPs, and what I was doing was I was swapping it for ETH. So every time I claimed drip, or I was claiming I was swapping for ETH when ETH is lower. Right now, I think my cost basis on ETH is about $1,150, $1,200, give or take, that I've built up. So I'm happy with that I did that. I'm still buying ETH. ADA, and XRP on the side, just new money. DCAing in, every 2 weeks. I DCA in and buy some of those. I really want to have a large portion of XRP, ADA, ETH. I want to build Matic through these two bots. Hopefully that could be how I build Matic, because I'm very bullish on Matic long term. And of course, ETH, Bitcoin. I also buy once a month. I buy Bitcoin into, but also waiting to see if it's going to be a bigger dip if I buy more. But I do it once a month. Constant DCAing, and of course BNB I like and Binance long term as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've got. It came up to right about an hour. I wasn't sure if it was going to go another hour, but I guess that's just the way it goes. But I appreciate all of you being here. I hope you give us a like and a subscribe. I hope you definitely watch the channel. Tomorrow I'm going to have a video. After the video that comes out from Furio team, I'm going to have a follow-up to that and go over what they have to cover. I would love to have you join my Furio team Morpheus. Right now there's 7, so that means there's 23 spots left. When those 27 are done, 23, are done, team is closed. And if there's still more demand, we'll do another one. I have no problem, but I want to keep each team to 30. So I have a video. Please do me a favor too. If you want to join that, join my Telegram group. I have a video that goes into a lot of detail and a calculator and how it breaks down and how the whole mechanics of how I'm doing the wallet breakdown. It's pinned in my Telegram. It's an unlisted video on YouTube, but it's pinned there. So those are my Telegram group to watch the video and look into it and see if that's what you want to do. If you want to join, I would love to have you join there. I really, really want to change these things. I really want to do some great new things here in the future. I really want to help make a change into all these projects. I really want to make a difference in this DeFi world. I'm going to speak up when I see something is bad, something's great. I'm going to be behind it. But if something I am behind goes south and they're doing something wrong, guess what? I'm going to be here just talking about them the same way I talk about anybody else, saying they did this wrong, they did that wrong, they're crooks, they're evil, look what happened. I'm not going to hold back from anyone or any one project. It's not just one thing. It's mostly Forex and Animal Farm and Drip right now, because that's what they've been done for a long time, that basically just keeps changing the rules. So that's why I push what I want. That's what I do there. What I want to say, I feel I'm going to say what I want. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, go to someone else. Go check out one of the Ray Forks and go get the Hopium. I wish you the best of luck. That's your choice. Everyone can choose freely to do whatever they want. But I'm excited to build this. I really love to see these things grow and do really well, and people making a lot monthly and going to other projects, and these group of people saying this is great and keep building this and expanding this. So I appreciate all that. last comment here before I go. Thanks for the live stream. Green the Furio is doing its own thing. It's not a fork. We'll join your team soon. Shout out. Thank you, Muttley. I would love to have you in the team. And anyone who does join the team, join my Telegram group. And also, I need the last 4 of your wallet with your TG username because I have private groups. So now that my team Neo, we have a private TG group just for that team. We discuss just that team alone. And that's how I want to use to discuss future projects. How are we going to invest this? When we claim, should we go into the fur pool? Do you want to take 1 week of the earnings instead of taking it to you, use it to maybe open a new wallet, within Furio, which it'll be NFT soon. They're going to do an NFT system, so it's not just a wallet. Do you want to go into a different project? Do you want to expand to this? Do you want to take this money and expand and diversify and really keep building our bags? I want us to have the DeFi version of hedge fund institutional money where we can have this group that are basically making big moves in power, group together, power in numbers, big flow between your own personal growth from what you're doing, between the team wallet, and we can really make some really good things and have people looking for us to join their projects and really help make a positive impact on all of this. That's my goal. That's my vision. That's my dream for the future for doing this. And I want to be one of the people that does that and helps make some changes positive for this whole space. So I hope it can fill it. I would love for you to join the ride. I would love for you to join that journey. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks for the time. Appreciate all of you. And as always, as I always end, so I'm going to end right now. So remember, like, subscribe, join the Telegram, all that great stuff. But of course, as always, here is to your success.